Our judges are ready. 1, 2, 3. Right
What if I told you all those cheers are for a man who just poured a cup of coffee? That before you take your first sip of your latte, an unmeasurable amount of time, skill, and passion goes into even the simplest design floating at the top. Now what if I told you that baristas from miles away descended to Austin once a month to show off their skill in competition and for a chance at bragging rights within this small-knit community? This is Latte Art. Not just anyone can pour milk into a shot of espresso and be successful. To understand the science and technique, I talked to two baristas from Thunderbird Coffee to learn how they take a mound of ground coffee beans and transform it into art.
My name is David. I'm a barista at Thunderbird Coffee here in Austin, Texas. We have 2 locations. I've been there for about 2 years now.
My name is Sylvan Stevens. I'm from Houston, Texas. So I've been here for going on 4 years. I'm our coffee program manager. So I do all of our training, ordering, machine maintenance. The whole process starts off just like making any other cafe drink. You start with your espresso.
Coffee goes into the hopper, goes down through the grinder, and grinds up a good dose into your portafilter. And the grind size plays a big issue with the flavor, the balance, acidity, all that stuff with your coffee, your end result. When you're extracting a shot, a lot of the fruitier notes are going to come out in the beginning of that espresso shot. That's supposed to later on in the end. That's more of the dark chocolatey, ashy tobacco type of flavors going to extract.
In the meantime, and this is part of the multitasking, you're also measuring out milk for the drink, which differs from drink to drink. For the shot's extracting, you're going to steam your milk using a technique of aeration to create texturized milk. You're taking milk and forcing air into it while increasing the temperature, so you get a nice homogenized beverage. What you're doing is pouring that texturized milk into an espresso and creating contrast, because the aerated portion of the milk actually rises to the top of the beverage, and that's where you get like a white contrast on top of the brown coffee, which creates latte art. It would be really similar to plating for chefs, where you're trying to basically showcase the ingredients and the drink as a whole, succinct beverage, the best way you can. And so for the heart, it would be contrast and symmetry and overall balance in the cup. And that is really even motions, very well timed execution, and you have to finish it obviously before the drink comes spilling over on you.
More of a muscle memory type of thing too. So I could either speed up the volume or stream of milk, I could slow it down. The elevation, the pitcher. If I go higher, the milk's gonna go straight down into the coffee and not produce a white foam on top, or I'm gonna draw, if you will. And when I go lower, it's gonna produce, my latte art.
The way that this works is the first round is always hearts, the second round is tulips, the third round is rosettas. Then once we enter the semifinals, it's barista's choice, and the finals are judge's choice. Dun, dun, dun.
So typically you have a bracket style tournament of about 32 individuals. Everyone pays in at the door to compete. It's usually $5 to $10. The winner takes all. You go head to head, one barista versus the other, in front of a panel of about 3 judges. I have won 2.
It's extremely important to know your machine, that way you produce a fine product. And then when you go to somebody else's machine, all the baristas go there, we don't know what's going on. It might be a pretty good machine, but you're just not used to it. Or it just might be great, but you're nervous or something. As soon as you start steaming, there's no stopping. You gotta go with what you gotta go with, your pour.
People take pictures or note it and they're like, oh, that's beautiful. That speaks volumes to us, I think, as baristas.
They don't know all the details that it takes to actually produce a fine milk and produce a good quality espresso shot. But they do know that it took some time to actually draw there on top of their cup.
Continue to support each other, make conversations, make delicious coffee.